Today I'm going to show you how to create a professional looking fashion portrait with an iPhone 6s or an equivalent phone camera. Photography has become a huge part of our culture, and people are generally more relaxed in front of a phone rather than a camera. This makes an iPhone or any phone a perfect intimate portrait camera. A successful picture has never been about megapixels or shutter speed. It is always about the story or the moment. And if a phone is all you have, especially these new devices, they are capable of taking some amazing pictures. There are a few challenges though. First, you have to master wide angle to your advantage. And second, these phone cameras perform their best in good light, so just make sure you do exactly that. For our shoot, we use just one octabox and a tripod mount for the iPhone. Inside the octabox, we used a bracket that holds 4 CFL or continuous fluorescent lighting bulbs. These bulbs were 65 watt each and daylight balanced. All this gear is generic and affordable. You can buy them on eBay or your local camera store. Here are 5 quick tips that will help you get started. Always keep your camera steady. Mount your phone on a tripod whenever possible. Make sure you clean your lens before every photo session. To reduce flare from the light, cover the lens with the palm of your hand or use a post-it like we did here. Press and hold to lock the focus and exposure on your subject's face and adjust the exposure by sliding up or down. If possible, use a Bluetooth shutter release. You can find them all over eBay at a very good price. This keeps the camera stable and lets you focus on your subject. It also increases the pace of your shoot, especially with this phone as it is super fast. The iPhone 6s is a pleasure to shoot with, and the tiny sensor gives the image extra depth even at f2.2 aperture, making your images look sharp even if the model moves slightly out of her focus lock position. Okay, so these are a few of my favorite images straight out of the camera. From this point, you have two ways to go. Either you can take this to a next level, or you can use a color filter app on your phone. If you want to go to the next level, get a Photoshop subscription. Alright, so I'm in Photoshop right now, and this is the image that I'll be working on. To begin with, I'm going to use a free action called Retouch that you can download from the link below. Since the iPhone comes in 8 to 12 megapixels range, you have to select this action and click on play. There, the action is applied, and this tip says that you can adjust the intensities to fine-tune. The way this action works is it separates your image into texture and color. It makes the texture sharper and the color smoother, and you have the control to strike a perfect balance between them. Just take a look at the difference. You need to be watching this video in full HD to really see what's happening. Next, I'm going to do some quick retouching made extremely simple with the Style My Pick Pro Workflow panel. I'll start with the skin. Step 1 is healing. The appropriate tool is automatically selected for me, and all I have to do is tap on the blemishes. Step 2 is skin smoothing. Depending on your image, you have to choose from full body, mid-length or headshot. Again, the proper brush tool is selected for me, and all I have to do is paint on the skin to smooth it. The change is very subtle to keep the skin natural. Once you're done painting, you can increase or decrease the smoothing intensity. Next step is color dodge and burn, which is essentially painting with shades of color without destroying the texture. Pressing Alt or Option key, pick a color, and with around 20% flow, paint to blend the color transitions. You can add color highlights anywhere on your image. And don't worry if you overdo it, you can always use the fade tool to adjust each brush stroke. Now I'm going to do some color grading. So the first step is skin selection to isolate it. The tool is selected for me, and all I need to do is roughly select the skin. You can fine-tune this later. The next step is to choose a color tone, and for 80% of skin shades, the cyan tone works the best. The brush is selected for me, so I can paint out the color from unwanted areas to fine-tune. Next, I'm going to selectively adjust the contrast with the help of tone mapping. As you can see, this has muted the overall tones, and I'm going to paint the contrast in important areas. Lastly, I'm going to do a little bit of dodging to lighten the eyes and enhance some highlights. So here is the before and the after. You can download this PSD file to examine in your Photoshop and play around with the setting of these layers. So there you have it. The iPhone 6s can be an amazing camera once you embrace its limitations and use it to your own advantage. So thanks for watching and make sure to subscribe to our channel.